Hey Rory, this is Jessica with Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me this morning and accepting your free video. Today we're going to go over a few tips that you guys can start applying right away that is going to help with your online presence and getting more organic leads. Now, it is important to note that nearly 70% of your organic leads are going to come from this website. So it is really important that your website be properly optimized so you can capture that traffic. So we are on your website. You have a nicely designed website. I am a little bit confused on your actual services, which makes this a little bit more difficult. I can't tell by your pages if all your services are stucco related, or if you do new construction, do remodeling outside of stucco. So that makes it a little bit more challenging. You do want separate pages for each service that you offer. That way you can have your own content and keywords specific to each of those services so that you can be found for the additional services. I notice you have a residential and a commercial page that briefly talks about stucco services. And then you have these other services, but they don't have their own pages. They just bring me right back to the top of the page. So something is not working correctly here. And you definitely need different pages for these so that you can be found for additional services. In Cheyenne, you don't have a whole lot in organic competition when it comes to stucco contracting services, so that should help you out a little bit. But if these are other services outside of stucco or in addition to stucco, you definitely have a lot of content that you need to be adding to your website. Google wants your homepage to have a minimum of 1,000 to 1,500 words of content focused on your local buyer intent keywords. Those are going to be the keywords in your community that people are using to search for your services. They may not know the name of the company, but they have an idea of what they're looking for, the type of service they're looking for. And so that's what your content needs to be built around. And so you're going to need to add a lot more content to your homepage and throughout your website. You also service a wide area here. And so you really need to consider adding additional pages for major areas in Wyoming and Colorado that you service that have search volume for your services. That way you can actually be found organically in each of those areas for your services. So you definitely need to work on your content and keyword strategy. Need to have more content, and you're going to need more content than your top competitors for each of the services that you're offering. So I was looking for a top competitor for your stucco contractor. So I went Wyoming wide and I came up with plastering stucco, the Wyoming plastering. So these guys are going to be super easy for you to beat, even though they do this nationally. The website they put together is very poor. It doesn't have the content and keywords that they need to rank. Nor does it have the SEO to support it. So they're actually going to be super easy for you to beat by just working on your content and keyword strategy. But then they do have a lot of interlinking pages, which also help with your SEO. So they don't have nearly enough content and really nothing for keywords. They're attempting to use keywords, but you actually have to have a repetition 2 to 3 times with that keyword for Google to actually pick it up. So Um, they're not getting picked up for their keywords. They don't have enough content. So these guys are going to be super easy for you to beat. Um, and then support your website with SEO so you can actually be found online. Um, if we look here, you have a domain rating of 0 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google doesn't really trust your website. Part of that has to do with it not being a .com. However, you will have a lot more authority using a .com than splitting up Stucco with a CO. But your domain rating as a whole is based off of your backlinks and referring domains. You really don't have very many, and you're going to need a lot of these, but not all are created equal. So you need to make sure you're getting authoritative links that are directly related to your services and that they are do follows so that they actually share the power of high ranking sites to help you to rank. Referring domains are any website that will provide your website with a backlink. The backlink is the physical link coming from another website to your website, and the intention is to drive traffic. If we look here, only 4 of your links are do follows, so only 4 of your links are helping your website because Google only gives you credit for 1 backlink per referring domain. And you've only been indexed for 1 keyword, and so you're getting 0 traffic to your website. So you're missing out on a ton of potential traffic, especially servicing 2 different states. So you definitely need to work on those strategies so you can drive that traffic and convert them into customers. Looking at your competitor, for their entire website, they have a 0.1 out of 100 in Google's trust flow and over 9,000 backlinks, which is overkill. Especially when they only have 31 referring domains. So this is unnatural. Google doesn't like it. It's all spam. In order to beat them, you'd only have to beat their 27 do follow links in quality as well as quantity. For their entire website, they've got over 200 keywords and they're still only getting 10 people to their website. So that just goes to prove that not all links are created equal, and that they're going to be super easy for you guys to beat. And the last part of this is going to be this Google Maps section or Google My Business page. Your goal should be to be in the top 3 of this section for each of your service areas and relevant keywords, because 30% of people search directly in the maps and don't search anywhere else. So if you're not listed here, which you are currently, but if you're not listed here, you're sending all those leads to your competitors. In order to be in the top 3, there's several factors, but the most important is going to be your citations, and that's going to be the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, and Glassdoor. So you're going to need a lot more of those than your top competitor, but when you follow each of these tips I provided you today, your website can be number 1 across Google for all of your services and service areas using those local buyer intent keywords supported by your SEO. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and would love to get your feedback on what you thought of it. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and give me a call at the number on the screen and we can chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.